string handling in Python. String handling. See, yesterday, last topic, Python control flow, branching statements.
Yes,
Break
sir.
we discussed. Break means terminating a loop permanently.
Permanent,
Permanent
yes.
break. Next,
Temporary
continue
break.
means terminating a loop temporarily.
Yes.
Temporary break.
Yes, sir.
Say for this continue, for break we discussed for loop structure and while loop structure.
While loop structure also. Yes,
Next, for continue, for loop structure worked.
Yes, sir.
Next,
While
while
loop
loop structure some problem. Today I will explain that while loop structure.
Okay.
While loop, one small problem is there. Okay. Just a minute. Suppose I equals to here. Suppose if I want to print up to 5 values, 1 to 5, for terminating the loop, start 0, 0.
Okay.
While I less
great.
than
Are equal to.
less than or equals to 5 colon. Say generally we increment at the end of the loop, but
Yeah.
for termination, for using continue statement, use the termination. What is that one? Increment at the beginning of the loop.
Oh, okay.
I equals to I plus 1. Next write condition. If I double equals to
0, 2.
2. Suppose my requirement is just a minute. My requirement. Rajesh, did you join?
Yes, sir, I joined.
Okay.
Sorry for yesterday. I got a call and had to drop.
Okay, cool. Print 1 to 5 numbers except second number. For this one, I am using temporary break. In while loop. For loop, we already discussed. For
Yes,
loop,
sir.
we already discussed. How we discussed in for loop? Observe for I equals to I in range. I in range 1, 6 excluded.
Yes, sir.
6 excluded. 1 starting number included. Oh,
Yes, sir.
starting number included. Colon. Next, if
I is equal to
I equals to 2.
2.
Temporary break. Next, continue. Here no increment required. Default is 1 increment.
Okay, sir.
Default is plus 1.
Okay.
Suppose print I. Just a minute. Suppose print of open and close this one. It is blank line. Okay. Just save the program file. Run. Oh, here I didn't write. I didn't complete this one. Continue. If condition, continue. Next, print I. Just a small change, Savitri. Generally, we increment, we use increment or decrement at end of while loop, but for terminating the loop, we use at beginning of the loop. Okay. Now observe, save. What is our expected outputs? First output for loop 1, 3, 4, 5. No 2.
Yes, sir.
1, 3, 4, 5. Next 1, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, sir.
Run. One, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 3, 4, 5. Why it is showing 6? Less than 5. Beginning increment now.
Okay.
Now my expected output is 1, 3, 4, 5. Next blank line. Again 1, 3, 4, 5. Run. Observe. 1, 3, 4, 5. No 2. That's for loop output. Next 1, 3, 4, 5. This is while loop output. And one more thing. Here we changed the logic. See, generally, if you want to print 1 to 5, initial value 1, end value 5. But here I started with 0. Why? Increment at beginning of the loop now.
Yes, sir.
That's why I used it. And one more thing. In now both are working for continue. Continue means temporary break. And one more thing. I already told this concept. In computer programming, more than one way to achieve any task. Select the simplest way. Okay.
Okay.
Say for terminating two, I am using. I used continue statement in for and while loops. Another possibility also there. Another possibility. What is that another possibility? Suppose if you want to terminate two, if you without continue, another possibility for while also, I exclamation not equals to 2. This is also same output now.
Yes, sir.
Run module. Just a minute. Run module. Observe 1, 3, 4, 5. Same output. See what is the meaning in computer programming? We have more than one way to achieve any task. Select the simplest way. First, focus on simplicity of the code. Next, readability of the code. Correct output is always recommendable. Correct output is first priority. Correct output is first priority. Next, simple code. Don't go for complex. Okay now?
Okay, sir.
This is about continue, Rajesh. Okay now, Rajesh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next, written statement. This break, yesterday we discussed Savitri. Break
Sir.
means permanent break.
Yes, sir.
Continue means
Temporary.
temporary break. Okay, next, third one, written statement. It is some different, Savitri. For example, break and continue statements are used in loop structures for terminating loops. But written statement is, see the notes I will provide. Observe. The written statement is used inside a function. Function means reusable code. The written statement is used inside a function to exit it and return a value. If you won't return a value explicitly, none is returned automatically in Python. See, functions are method, user-defined functions are user-defined methods that we will discuss in functions chapter. User-defined functions are user-defined methods. Two types. Savitri. One is function with return a value. Next, function with returns nothing.
Okay.
Sometimes no need to return value. Sometimes return value. Return value is important. Why? If you return a value, then you can use the value to n number of operations. Okay. Definition okay na? What is the written statement? The return statement is used inside a function to exit it and return a value. If you won't return a value explicitly, none is returned automatically in Python. Okay, observe the
Okay.
example. Here I will notes I will send. Observe the example. Suppose I'm declaring a function. Declare a function or create a function. Both are same. Don't focus on function syntax. We have separate chapter, function chapter. We have two chapters. One is user-defined functions. Another is built-in functions. Don't focus on function syntax. See, we create functions in Python using def keyword. Def for definition. Def. Okay. Suppose here you can use any meaningful name. Suppose my function. Def my function. It is function name. Function name is identifier Rajesh. Identifier Rajesh. Def is keyword Rajesh. Keyword.
Yes, sir.
My function is identifier. Variable names are identifiers. Function names are identifiers. Object names are identifiers. Method names are identifiers. Class names are identifiers. Okay. Control flow statements are keywords. Okay. Logical operators are keywords and are not. Okay. My function. This is code block. It follows code indentation. Otherwise, we need to give at least four spaces. Okay. Suppose x comma y equals to x comma y equals to 10 comma 20. 10 comma 20. I declared two variables in this function, Rajesh. These are local variables. In variables chapter, we discussed
Yes,
two
sir.
types of variables. One is global variables, another is local variables.
Local.
Global variables means program level variables. We declare global variables in main program. Local variables means
Inside.
function level variables. These xy can be used within this my function only, not outside of the function. Suppose z
Yes, sir.
equals to 30. What is this one? This is global variable now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Global variable. Just a minute. Script level variable, or you can say program level variable. See, this is global variable. Scope is, it is used for entire program. Suppose in your program 10 functions are there, you can use this variable for all 10 functions or outside of functions. Suppose local variable, in this my function, two variables are there. These can be used within this function only. Outside of this function, these are not visible.
Okay,
See,
sir.
Yes, sir.
local variables. Next, suppose return x plus y plus z. Call the function. How we call function? Using function name. Suppose open and close parenthesis. Just a minute. My function. Open and close parenthesis. This is the calling. See, this is what is this one? Just a minute. Create, or you can say declare a function. Function means a reusable code. What is this one, Rajesh?
Function, sir.
Call
Call
a
function.
function. Function call. Function call. Call a function. Okay. Just a minute. Here it is returning a value na. Returning a value na.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For storing that value variable required na.
Yes, sir.
Suppose x equals to this one. Okay. It returns some value that can be stored in this x variable. If you store that value, this is the concept of returning a value. Function returning value. If your function returns a value to a variable, then you can use that variable for a number of operations. If you want to print that one, print. If you want to pass the value to other mathematical calculations, you can pass. Suppose I am printing just printing. Print x. X. Just a minute. Print x. For example,
Sir,
what is the output?
Sir, already X and Y declared in
60.
10.
What is returning formula?
60, sir.
60. Save. Run module. Invalid syntax.
Sir, X is given 2 times, sir, for local variable and also the call function.
Where is local variable? Yes. Suppose I think it is not the problem.
Colon, sir. My function colon.
Pardon? Call
Like
where
function, right?
colon
my
required. Yes. Colon required. Not colon, I think. Function. Call function def. What is the call function def? Okay. I think it is not required.
Not required while calling the function.
Pardon?
Colon is not required, sir, while calling the function.
Colon is not required. Just a minute.
Okay.
Save. Run module. It is showing invalid syntax.
Sir, print x is invalid. X last line.
Just a minute. For function also we need to use open and close parentheses.
Okay.
Save. Run module.
Print val, sir.
X is not defined.
Print val, sir.
Oh, yes.
We change the variable.
You can use, I think you can use X, no problem, Savitri.
Because
X can
X
be
is
used.
See, this X is global variable.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That X is local variable.
Yes, sir.
Save. I think it can be used. Run, observe. Using now.
Sir.
This I forgot, Rajesh. Open and close parenthesis, colon. For calling function, don't use colon. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is about return statement in function. Suppose if you don't write return statement, then what will happen? It will return none. Just a minute. My function to suppose x 100. Suppose remove this one. Save the code. Call this function. Call this function. It is not returning any value now. It is not returning any value. Just call this one. Save. Run module. Nothing. Just a minute.
We are not printing anything.
Print this one. Save. Run module. Observe. None.
Yes, sir.
None is written.
Yes.
See, try to understand the return statement in function.
Functions.
You no need to focus none. That we will discuss in functions chapter. Now we completed now break, permanent break from a loop structure, for loop or while loop. Next, temporary break, continue. Next, returning value in a function. Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
Next, come to mainstream. String handling in Python. Today's chapter, string handling in Python. Okay. String. Now tell me, string is very important data type in every programming language. Before discussing this one, just tell me common or popular data types in computer programming. See, number, I'm writing in general language. Number. Next, number.
Character.
Now, single character, it doesn't support. Python, see, observe. In general programming, observe. Character, number. Next, Boolean, logical data. Next, string. String means
Sequence of characters written in
text.
Text. Okay, sir.
English term text.
Text.
Say character means single character.
Yeah. Okay.
Single
Yeah.
character. For example, just a minute. Don't focus on that one. Just to comparison. In Java, for supporting character, for supporting character, char data type is there. It can hold a single value. That value may be, that letter may be alphabet or number or special character. We use single quotes. Just a minute. Java. This is single character. Or you can use small letter also. Small letter also. Or you can, this is also character in Java. Next, this is also character in Java.
Okay.
That single character may be alphabet or number or special character, uppercase or lowercase, single character in Java. For numbers, numbers basically two types. Number, next, number with decimal places or floating point values. For numbers, any idea, Rajesh, for number data type, integer data type, what are the data types available in Java? Say byte, based on the size, byte, chart, next, int, Next, long integer, long. Next, for covering this one, float, float. Next,
double,
double. Next, for boolean, boolean. Boolean, what is the
Bool.
variable? Boolean only. Boolean only. For string, no primitive data type. String is object in Java. We use predefined library. S capital string. It is predefined library. It is non-primitive data type. Observe byte, short, int, long. Next, float, double, boolean, char. All are Java keywords. Small letters, but string is not Java keyword. It is predefined library. Okay, for string we use. Here, for single character, no data type. No data type. We use string only within single quote or double quote, single letter. Okay. Next, for number, we use
Integer.
int. Next, for number with decimal places, we use float. Next, complex number is there. Next, boolean,
Bool.
bool. Next, string, str. And one more thing, int, float, bool, string. Internally, Python program considers no explicit declaration, but in Java, explicit declaration. If you declare an integer variable, then it can hold or it can accept integer type data only. But in Python, you can use any value for a variable. Okay, but internally it considers data types based on the usage of data. Observe conclusion, Savitri. Python supports implicit data types, implicit declaration of data types. Java supports explicit declaration of data types.
Yes, sir.
Python is a lightweight language, so less or no formalities. If it follows all formalities, then it is formal language, heavyweight language. Python is a lightweight language. Okay. Next, come to string. String. What is string? What is string? String is computer terminology, programming terminology, or database terminology. But in our English, we use text. Rajesh, the string is a sequence of characters.
The
Characters written in
double quotes.
single quotes.
Single. Okay.
Say in other languages, Savitri, for example, VB script or Java, we use only double quotes. Java supports only double quotes for writing strings, but Python supports single quotes or double quotes
or triple
quotes.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Triple quotes. But we don't use triple quotes for single line strings. Triple quote special purpose is it is for creating multi-line string. Multi-line string. But in string definition, you use these two only. The string in Java is the string in Python is a sequence of characters written in either single quotes or double quotes. That's it. Suppose in any interview, if you say, what about triple quotes? Okay, Python supports triple quotes also, but we use triple quotes especially for creating multi-line strings. Okay, multi-line strings. We use single quotes or double quotes for creating general strings. Observe, suppose here no explicit declaration of data types. str1 equals to I'm using single quote. Suppose this is a single quoted string. Is a single quoted string. Suppose str2. Suppose this is double quoted string. Double quoted. Just a minute. Double quoted string. Suppose 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See, triple quote, triple single. Suppose 3, 4. Suppose this is triple quoted string. This is the first one, double triple. 3 double quotes. 3 double quotes. Above one, 3 single quotes. But be careful. Suppose if you start single quote, end with single quote. If you start with double quote, end with double quote. Don't write single quote enclosed with ending double quote. Okay, starting ending should be same. Okay, just a minute. Print str1. Just a minute. Two, 3, 4. Save the program file. Run module. I didn't change the message. Save. Whenever you edit the program, save. Run module. Observe Rajesh. This is a single quoted string, double quoted string, triple quoted string, triple quoted. But don't use triple quotes for single line. It is use it for multi-line. Okay. Suppose.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Now observe. This one also same. You can use multi-line. Okay. Just a minute. Save. Run module. Observe single quoted, double quoted, triple quoted, multi-line, again triple quoted, multi-line. Okay, na?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
See, this is about create or declare strings in Python programming. Python programming. And one more thing, string may have alphabets, numbers, and special characters. Suppose, observe, strings may have alphabets, next numbers, and special characters. Suppose in a software application, Savitri, you have 100. You have 100. Suppose for storing this data in Python, what data type is suitable?
Usually numbers, sir.
Only 100. Only 100. Int na?
Yes, sir.
Suppose, but here no explicit declaration. Internally, it will consider.
Yes,
If you want to know that data type, you can use type function.
Type function. Yes, sir.
Based on usage of the data, it will consider. No explicit declaration. Suppose if you use this one, you can use float. Okay. Suppose if you use logical value, you use bool. Suppose if you use India, then
String.
str. Okay. String, str. Okay. Suppose Indian phone number format like this: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Suppose in another countries, suppose 1, 2, 3, hyphen 3, 4, 5, hyphen 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Suppose if number is like this, phone number is like this, format is like this, you need to store in string only, na? String only, na?
Okay, sir.
Why special character is there? It's not number. Suppose you have vehicle number. The name is number.
Yes.
Suppose vehicle number, but that is text. Suppose my vehicle number is example AP 28 W 2345. If you want to store this, this is number, pronunciation number, vehicle number. If you want to store this number, integer is not sufficient, float is not sufficient, string only, na?
Yes, sir.
The importance of string. Suppose in your application, suppose you are developing a software application, in that application one web form is there. In that form, customer name is there. For customer name, you use string. For address 1, address 2, you use string. City, you use string. State, you use string. Okay, na?
Yes.
See, observe, I'm not writing full syntax, partial syntax. Just a minute. Suppose 1 is string. Suppose A, it is okay, single quote or double quote or triple quote. Okay, I'm using double quotes frequently. You can use single quote also. Okay. Suppose this is also string. Single character, alphabet or numeric or special character. Next, Python, single word, alphabets. Suppose India 1, 2, 3. It is also string. Alpha numeric. Suppose 1, 2, 3. Only numeric. Suppose special characters string. Suppose India, India, India 1 2 3. It is string. See, single character, single word, alphabetical word, alphanumeric, special character, alphanumeric and special characters. Next, see, Python is a popular programming language. Popular programming language. It is also string, but multiple words, sentence. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Suppose 1 2 3. You can use single, triple. Single, triple. Suppose Python is a programming language. Python is a programming language. Next, Unix. Unix is an operating system. Unix is an operating system. SAP. SAP is an ERP, enterprise resource planning. ERP package. Suppose Selenium is a test tool. 1 2 3. Observe this one also string na,
Yes, sir.
multi-line. See, observe, I fulfilled this one. String may have alphabets, numbers, and special characters. You just print this one, you can print. Just suppose str equals to, next, print str. Save the program, save, run module. Observe, not only taking into variable Savitri. Suppose print, I'm using one blank line. Print, you can use you can print directly.
Okay.
Print directly. Save, try, save, run module. Now observe, I'm printing this print statement directly na, without taking into variable.
Okay.
This print statement in 4 physical lines na,
Yes, sir.
but 1 logical line. It is a logical line. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But 4 physical lines. Raise query, Mr. Rajesh. Raise query.
Yes.
Any query? String. Okay. Next, I think all of you familiar with strings, creating strings, Savitri.
Yes,
Next,
sir.
string operations, important operations. Okay.
Okay.
We have several operations on strings, but I will introduce important operations. Enough.
Okay, sir.
Important operations on strings. Important operations on strings. Okay. I planned nearly 11 operations, 11 important operations. Today I will explain some important operations. Tomorrow we'll continue. Suppose if time is sufficient, we can continue. Okay. First operation, finding a string length. Finding a string length. Length means number of characters, na?
Okay, sir.
Number of characters. Suppose str equals to suppose str1 equals to why str it is showing, it is built-in na str.
Yeah.
Str1 equals to, suppose Python programming language. Python programming language. Save. Here observe. I want to find the length of this string. Length of this string. See, print len. Len is built-in function. You need to remember this one. Len is built-in function. Built-in function. It's not a built-in keyword, built-in function. Both are for performing operations. Observe. Color coding. Observe. For it is keyword. Print is
Built-in functions.
built-in function. Len is built-in function. If is
Keyword.
keyword. And is keyword.
Keyword.
Or is keyword. Not is keyword. Okay. Okay. Len of
str1.
str1. str, just a minute. We open two parentheses. Okay. Now observe. Rajesh, what is the output of this one? It will just a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Integer.
5, 6. See, space also value. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Space also value. 27.
Okay, sir. 27.
Run the, observe, Savitri, how much?
Okay. 27.
27. Now I am printing this length of the string directly. Savitri, return the value and print. If you return the value into a variable, you can use that value to other operations now.
Yes, sir.
Suppose I want to insert one verification. Suppose if string length equals to 27, then pass, else fail, like other operation. Suppose if you just print, you can't use the value for other operation.
Okay.
So printing is superior or returning is superior?
Returning, sir.
Returning a value is superior. If you return a value, you can print the value or you can pass the value to other operations. Means you can reuse the value n number of times. Okay. Printing means just printing, no permanent storage. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Print the value, return the value and print, return and print. I am just printing 27. Return and print, return and print. If you want to return any value in computer programming, first, okay, it is implicit declaration of data types. So here you no need to consider data types. Suppose in Java like language, if you want to return integer type data, you declare int variable, int res equals to something, string res equals to something. Here implicit declaration, you can use any variable, no problem. Any variable. Suppose Val is variable. Val is variable. Otherwise, you can write meaningful. Suppose str underscore length is variable name.
Yes, sir.
Identifier equals to equals to equals to
27, sir.
len of what is 27? You need to len
Okay.
of len
Yes,
of
dear.
str
1.
1. Okay. Suppose print this one. These are not required now. Save the program, run run module. Oh, syntax. Oh, I didn't have only one bracket. Single variable
Yeah.
now. Single variable. Save. Run module. Observe 27 now. This
Yes,
is
sir.
about returning and printing. If you return that value, you can pass the value to other operations now. Suppose
Okay.
I want to check this one. Suppose if string length, my expectation is my expected result is string length is 20 equals to double equals to a comparison. Double equals to 27 colon then for example pass, just pass. Next uh, else fail. Suppose my string length should be 27. Okay na?
Okay, sir.
Save. Run the run module. Why it is not showing pass? Not just pass. Print the message. No, just print pass. Now I am using this returning value to other operations now.
Okay, sir.
Run module 27 pass. Suppose as per my requirement, my string length should be, I am generating one string from an external file. It should be 25 as per my requirement. I am checking run module. Fail na. Then I need to check the file. Okay.
Okay.
This is about finding length of a string. Finding length of a string. Rajesh, Rise Korima.
Yes. All good for now, sir.
Okay, cool. Concatenation, important operation, Savitri. Concatenation of two strings. Concatenation of two strings. See, for finding length, Savitri, I
Yeah,
used
sir.
len
Len.
function.
Yes, sir.
Function. That is built-in function. Earlier, I created one function. What is that function? Where is that one? My function. Earlier, I created. This is
Yes.
user-defined function.
Yes,
This
sir.
is user-defined function. This len is
Built-in function.
built-in function. Okay. For finding a string length, I used a built-in function of Python called len. Next, For concatenating two strings, we use operator. That operator is arithmetic operator plus operator. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
Suppose string 1, it is identifier. String 1 equals to hello. No restriction, but use small letters. Why? Anyhow, Python keywords are lowercase, na? Use identifiers also lowercase, but you can use uppercase, no problem. Maintain uniformity. Hello, Python. Hello, Python. Next, print, spell mistake. Print string 1 plus string 2, Rajesh. String 1, string 2, observe Rajesh, what is the expected output?
Hello Python is
Hello Python. Hello
Python.
Hello Python. Single word. Just a minute. Save the code. Run module. Hello Python single word. Suppose if you want space between hello and Python, use space after first string or before second string. Save, run module, hello Python. Okay, na?
Yes.
Okay. Next, string with number. Concatenating string with number. Okay. Suppose string 1. What is string 1? Hello. Suppose num equals to 1, 2, 3. Num equals to 1, 2, 3. Next, print string 1 plus str num. What I am doing? I am converting that num to str.
Yes, sir.
str means internally it assigns quotes. Now what is the output of this one?
Hello 1, 2, 3, sir.
Just a minute. Hello.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Suppose just a minute. Save the program file. Hello Python. Hello 1, 2, 3. Run module. Hello 1, 2, 3. Okay, na?
Yes.
Suppose message with variable. Just a minute. Print. Suppose message. My number is num. Save the program file. Run module. Observe, my number is 1, 2, 3. Here I used comma, na?
Yes, sir.
This is string. I didn't take into variable. Direct value. This is string, na?
Yes, sir.
My number into this one. For example, observe. Suppose x equals to 100, y equals to 200. Suppose print meaningful message. Addition of x comma y is addition of x comma y is comma x plus y. x plus y. I open two parentheses. Save, run the program, run module. Observe, addition of x comma y is 300. Meaningful now?
Yes, sir.
Say I concatenated two strings, one string, one number, next message with variable value. Raise query, Savitri. Raise
No,
query
sir.
about this concatenation. Okay. Next, it's very simple operation. Print a string multiple times. We can use loop structure. Print a string multiple times. Just a minute. Print a string multiple times. Suppose, observe last example for the day. We will continue. I planned nearly 11 important operations. Suppose str1 equals to Python. Just a minute. Python. Next, print str1 multiplication operator into 10. Multiplication operator. Save, run module. It is printing in same line. It is printing in same line. One small assignment to you, Savitri.
Sir.
I want to print these values in new line. Okay.
Okay, sir.
See, printing 10 Pythons, but same line na.
Yes, sir.
Printing 10 Pythons in same line, but I want different lines. This is small assignment. See, 10 Pythons. Okay.
Okay,
This
sir.
is about printing a string multiple times. How? Using multiplication operator. Okay, time is over. Tomorrow we will continue. Today we discussed pending branching statements. Next, started string handling in Python, important chapter. Now, Rajesh, any queries regarding this today's class? Rajesh not responding. Savitri?
Sir, I'm clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, we will meet tomorrow, same time. Thank you.